Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the most disturbing videos on the internet today. For context, don't believe everything you hear or see on this video. It's strictly for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything. With that being said, hype your boy up, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's dive in.
How are you not afraid to work at the Conjuring house? There's evil spirits there. The evil spirits in question.
I'm coming down. Oh. Yes, I can. Oops. Wow.
So I'm gonna Hi.
Just trying to mop.
Come into the basement, little girl.
Morning room. Okay, I knocked on the door. Lou. Oh.
Girl, bye.
Okay, fair enough.
How are you not afraid to work at the Conjuring house?
I guess this is the real house that it happened at, and paranormal activities going on. Listen down.
I want you guys to listen to how this cat's purr is amplified when he's inside of the vase. Listen to the healing frequencies here. Crazy. Now, what most people don't know is a cat's purr ranges from about 20 to 140 hertz frequency, which quite literally cures a plethora of diseases. Now, the Egyptians were very aware that cats are healers. This is why they always kept these sacred creatures very close. What's even more interesting is in this TED Talk, they talk about shattering with resonant frequencies. They found out that 111 hertz frequency, well, this is the exact range that a cat's purr is in. But what's even more interesting is there is an underground chamber located in Malta called the Oracle Chamber, and it pitches sound at 111 hertz frequency, also shaped the exact same way that a human ear is designed. Ancients were very aware that frequencies cure disease and stimulate all the cells in the body. This is exactly why they got rid of all the church bells. These were emitting high vibrational frequencies. All these beautiful churches and cathedrals were never built for places of worship. They were quite literally sound healing centers. That's why they're designed like this, because people were laying in these cathedrals listening to the instruments. Some of these cathedrals even had songs encoded into their architecture. If you look at the windows of these cathedrals, they display high vibrational cymatic pattern. Cymatics are made by frequency and sound. Next time a cat comes around you and starts purring, let it, because it's trying to heal you. They often like to lay on women when they get cramps. They will quite literally heal their cramps.
What always fascinated me about cats was the reptilian slits in their eyes.
These are the reset facilities they used in the 19th and 20th century. If you went against the reset, this is where you would end up. I call them reset facilities because that's what they are to me, but you would probably call them mental asylums. All of these buildings are now abandoned and don't get used anymore. They were only used for one reason, and that was to house the disobedient people that went against the reset. There's thousands of these old world mental asylums around the world, and the architecture looks familiar. Look how many people this facility would have housed. It's quite sickening, to be honest. This was a worldwide agenda to reset a civilization. And if you went against their agenda, you were thrown into a mental asylum like one of these. This was also the same time period of the orphan trains. They took over an old world and they repopulated a new world with fake history and made his story. Millions of people got put into these mental asylums. You're talking millions of bloodlines lost. Now all the buildings lay abandoned. Wake up, guys. And what a coincidence, all the asylums were owned by the Oddfellows. The Oddfellows were a secret society that started in the 18th century. They were a secret society in charge of the asylums and the orphanages. Doesn't that sound weird to you? Also, the Oddfellows have some really questionable symbolism. And they're connected to the Masons. It's all a part of a big agenda a new world order. This was a worldwide plan, and they succeeded. If you don't know about the Oddfellows, go look them up. Learn your true history, guys. These are the...
All right, let's see what we can find about the Oddfellows. Fellows.
A lot of you have been asking what this weird hole in the background of our videos is, and I'm here to tell you about it. Here at the Bone Museum, this is our exhibit on the Oddfellows, or the more unorthodox ways that medical skeletons were used throughout their history. The Oddfellows were a secret society that used actual medical skeletons in their initiation rites. If you've ever heard the term hoodwinked, it's believed to have come from these guys. The initiates would be blindfolded with these glasses and brought into a dark room and stood in front of a skeleton. They would flip the glasses up and the initiate would be face to face with a real human skeleton. This memento mori ceremony was used to scare the initiate into realizing that they are not immortal and to use their short life for good. It was also incredibly common for the Oddfellows to build custom coffins for their skeletons, and you can see an example right behind me. And if you're still not quite sure what the Oddfellows are, they're very similar to the Freemasons. As the Oddfellows' popularity started to dwindle after the Second World War, more and more lodges started to come up for sale. And as people started to purchase those lodges as they're renovating, lo and behold, they start to find skeletons, thus the term Oddfellows skeleton. For example, this skeleton is from an Oddfellows lodge in New Jersey. During renovations, when tearing down a wall, the builders discovered this skeleton plastered in between the walls. And they refused to work on it until the skeleton was removed, so the owners of the house contacted the Bone Museum. This skeleton even comes with the original string that was used to make the skeleton talk during initiation, further scaring the initiate. Who would have thought the Oddfellows knew how to have fun? Now, the Oddfellows were the most notorious for using real human bones, but they weren't the only ones. The Freemasons have also been known to use real skulls and skeletons. For example, this is an authentic postcard dating to 1891 of a real human skeleton wearing Masonic regalia. Here at the Bone Museum, it is our goal to cover all facets of the medical bone trade, including the more secretive ones, so if you found this video interesting, make sure to follow for more.
Getting a deep dive into the sick practices, man, there ain't no light in there, that's for sure.
So I found this book at the antique store this weekend. And it piqued my interest as to who the Oddfellows were. So I looked into it. And they were a big fraternal organization just like the Masons. And in here, in this book, is 1895, it says that their numbers were greater than that of the Masons. And they have a handful of members that were presidents. This was not a small organization by any means. But come take a look at the page that I just happened to open it to. And anyone that's familiar with Tartarian and the Great Resets will understand exactly what this is saying. First, I'm going to share with you some of their symbols. And as you can see, they're very esoteric, much like the Masons. But this is the part of the book that I had opened it up to, and it's Odd Fellowship, Aims and Attainments. Come down to this last paragraph here. Right here, it says, the Great Command should always be within the scope of the Order's known duty. Visit the sick, relieve the distressed, bury the dead, and educate the orphan. Now, anyone that has eyes to see, that sounds an awful lot like a Great Reset cleanup crew. And to this day, if you go to Wikipedia, that is their stated purpose. I don't know. Tell me what you think.
Not the Great Reset cleanup crew. Oh man, that's diabolical. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. All right, we have a Malachite specimen. We have like 3 different greens I can spot. And then it has like some type of velvety cave. And it goes into these blue octahedrals, deep dark blue octahedrals, almost giving purple in essence. If I had to name this extraordinary piece, I would call this the Velvet Cave. What would you name it? No, it's because it's the weekend. I gotta double up on you. So take a look at this extra Vandanite. Truly extraordinary. I already know what I'm gonna name this. Petrified Cherry Pork Chop. What would you name it?
So I was told not to do this, but this is one of the more beautiful and more significant monuments in all of Madrid. And why do people not see certain things? It's because it's right in your face. Okay. So this king died young, suspicion number one. Always look into that. Real quick, she has a sculpture in her hand and a little paint palette, so she's a muse of arts. On the other side, there's the sciences, but real quick, over here you'll see that it says Prudencia, prudence, and on this side it says Justicia, justice, and on the front side it says Fortaleza, fortitude, and on the back it says Templanza, or temperance. Why is that significant? Those are the 4 cardinal virtues. So when you go into masonry, you start as an apprentice, and then you go into fellow craft, and then you go as master mason, right? As a fellow craft, they talk about these 4 cardinal values over and over and over and over again, right? Was this guy Masonic? No. But this says, perchance. And if you can go here and read all these little biblical stories, Roman stories, you get an idea of who he was. Now on the front, you'll notice that his nickname that they gave him when he died really young was El Pacificador, which means the peacemaker, right? So he called it a lot of wars. Now, it's true then and it's true now. War is really good business, right? The unfortunate thing is that it runs on blood. So he pissed off a lot of people for being a peacemaker. And if you come here, it's really beautiful. See all these couples doing this. Eventually some guy that is taking a break right now to play some music. But I suggest you come over here and contemplate on Alfonso XII and his life.
That was extraordinary. I'd love to visit that. Where is this located? Madrid? Has anybody ever been to Madrid? I don't even know where that's at. But just look at the stonework, the lions. Man, I would probably spend my entire day there. You know, take somebody special or jump on the water. I imagine somebody would probably play the accordion or something, you know. Wow, how romantic. Department of Defense renamed Department of War. What?
Okay.
He said that's got to come off. You know, Department of War, it definitely sounds a lot tougher.
Michael is this most curious archangel in the Bible. He's actually one out of only 2 angels mentioned in this entire book. But interestingly, it never mentions him having any wings, even though this is like mainstream knowledge. Michael is only ever described as this prince. See, after doing some research on Haven, which by the way is this Bible study app I use for research, you should definitely go and check it out sometime. It turns out that he's actually the leader of heaven's armies. Not only does he lead this heavenly war against Satan, but he's also been assigned as the protector of Israel. Now, Gabriel is actually the first angel ever mentioned. He's kind of like a mailman because his main duty is to deliver messages, but he's also the one who announces the very birth of Jesus. According to Daniel, he looks just like a man. And again, he's never been described to have any wings. Apparently, he stands in the presence of God. Yet, interestingly, the Bible never calls him an archangel. This piece actually comes from the Book of Enoch, which leads me to Lucifer, who was also an angel. But this is where it gets really strange, because even though we call the devil Lucifer, the truth is that's never actually been his official name. This all comes from the book of Isaiah, and this whole time, it was only describing this fallen king of Babylon. Lucifer actually just means bearer of light, and today, we've applied this name to the devil. But the reason why is because we see this as a great metaphor that rather describes the devil.
David Bowie predicts the future in 1999.
We've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying.
It's just a tool, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. No. No, it's an alien life form.
What do you think, I mean, when you think then about the
Is there life on Mars? Yes, it's just landed here.
But it's simply a different delivery system there. You're arguing about something more profound.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the actual context, and the state of content is going to be so different to anything that we can really envisage at the moment, where the interplay between the user and the provider will be so in simpatico. It's going to crush our ideas of what mediums are all about. I don't think we've.
Was he a musician? I might have to listen to some of his music. He tried to throw us a Hail Mary back in the day. Alright, he has another angle of a man allegedly getting abducted by a UFO.
Alright, this is one of the videos I posted earlier, but this is a different angle. Now y'all look at this and tell me what's going on out here. This video looks real and authentic. Boom, look at that. You want to see it again? Look at this. He walks out there. Look at that.
Wow, look at how straight those cuts are. He hit you with the stance afterwards. How sharp is that? That's making me thirsty.
Why do Chinese people travel on a stick instead of boats? It's an ancient Chinese skill called bamboo drifting, and it takes years to master. Even staying still on a moving bamboo log feels nearly impossible, because a single mistake could send you straight into the water. The hardest part is stepping onto the bamboo, because the log spins under your feet and most beginners fall in before they even stand up straight. Bamboo drifting is one of the most unique water sports in the world. Some performers even pull off crazy martial arts moves while floating. A single bamboo log can carry over 330 pounds without sinking, which is why some villagers use it instead of boat. Why do Chinese people travel on a...
Oh my goodness, that was cool. At the end, balancing on a bamboo shoot instead of a boat? Now that's an entrance. All I need is 2 bamboo sticks. I'm into the next town. What do y'all want from me? Add that to the bucket list. Balancing on a bamboo stick. Using a bamboo stick as a boat. 2 bamboo sticks as a boat. Bucket list. Add it. Would you guys try that? Oh no. Did we catch a reptilian shapeshifter on film?
So eventually I will do an album, but in the immediate future, I definitely films, and I actually have a project that just came out. It's called The Word of Promise, and it is an audio version of the Bible. Yeah, and it's a 20 CD set with 1 behind the scenes DVD, and I play the role of Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's an amazing project. Jim Caviezel produced it. You can literally buy it at anywhere that you can find a Bible. Honestly, it's a lot of different, like, teen celebrities are playing biblical characters. Corbin Blue is in it, Jordan Sparks, Emily Osment from Hannah Montana as well, Jesse McCartney. So it's a really cool project, and basically it's the entire, it's a children's version of the Bible, and it's all of scripture, but with actors reading it, and they have sound effects and music that goes with it, and it really, it makes the experience very interesting, and it's a great way to get the message out there to younger kids and to even older, because when I was listening to it, it just, like, you know, especially with my generation, we're all computers and text messaging and iPods. Like, there's not as much reading going on, and so it's a perfect opportunity for that.
And tell me, was this something? I mean, obviously, what a wonderful project! But all you young people involved, were these people where religion was a real core value for them? Are these the kids that were chosen for it, and was that important for you?
No, that's extremely important in this project, as it is for most, but even more for this, because I mean, it's the Bible, and I'm a Christian. I believe in the Word, and so to be a part of something that really was a life-changing project for me, and that can be for other people, is just, an amazing blessing, and I'm so thankful. And it's really, really cool. I've been so lucky this year to be able to do everything that I've done. And so I just thank God and my family and the fans, all the fans who vote on Dancing with the Stars, especially because I want to keep dancing with Edita, with Julianne, and you.
And do you have a website where you have some of your work and things like that people can go and check out?
Yes. I would suggest my official MySpace page. I have a lot of info on there. If you go to myspace.com/Cody Lindley Music, then you could hear like a little bit of music and also just kind of see what's going on. And yeah.
Cool. And we're running out of time, so I'm going to have you play us out with a little beatboxing.
Oh, okay.
Someone passed me a note and said you were really good at that, so I got to hear. I got to see something. There's your water. We'll let you rip. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will now tuned to a master at work. Vote for me on Dancing with the Stars.
Fantastic.
I just spoiled it for you, but it.
What is going on here, guys? I don't know what to say. I'm discombobulated. The message he was given, I'm like, okay, so we got something. And then I'm looking at the shapeshifting happened before my eyes. And then the MySpace link, that was a lot to digest. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. That's all we got for today's video. If you made it this far, go ahead and drop the code word WuShu. WuShu is the code word. When you drop WuShu in the comments below, that lets me know you're real and you made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy. And I just want to say thank you, man. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging with your boy, man. I plan on going live soon, either tonight or tomorrow, or I at least be posting up, doubling up on you guys on Jet Ski Chuck at the very least. And I just want to say thank you for your guys' support. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on your way out if you had fun. And just thank you. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you later.